Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. As you come in, hit the like button. Also, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Joshua's here. Happy Thanksgiving, Joshua. You are first. Somebody else is here also. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Come on in. I'm so full. I had a great day with my family. Look a mess because we cooked and we cleaned and we had fun. Thank you. And I'm just tired. Tired. Happy Thanksgiving, BFF. Yeah, we are. I'm stuffed and looking a hot mess, but that's okay because we had a good day. These little kids had me out there playing kickball and everything else under the sun. My ancient age, yes. But thank God I can still do it with them. So I'm thankful for that. So anyone, is Harlem in here? Let me put these on so I can see. Yes. Hey, Harlem. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Bridget. Hey, everyone. Y'all come on in. Let's talk about it. I hope that everybody had a good Thanksgiving day. I mean, it's still Thanksgiving, you guys. I'm sure some people are still getting down through there. But we taking a little break. I'm stuffed, y'all. I'm so full. And after today, I'm going to take y'all on my mission with me because I'm going to start walking again. I gained all this weight back, so I got to get it off. So it's back to the gym or somewhere. I got to get it off. So I'm gonna take y'all on this journey with me. I think I need to lose about if I lose about 20 pounds, I'll be good. I don't need to just go crazy, but if I lose about 20 pounds, I'll be good. So, but I wasn't gonna do it until after Thanksgiving. I know Christmas is coming, but that's okay because now I'm just gonna start. But anyway, I hope y'all had a good day with y'all's family. The likes are not matching, so if you would hit the like on your way in, I would appreciate it. It just takes a half a second, a good way to yes, and so we have Planet Fitness, and so that's where I started going. I started when I lost like 55 pounds, and then I gained half of it back, right? But I started at Planet Fitness, and I did a 30-30 challenge, a 30-day challenge, which means a 30-30 challenge, which was 30 days in the gym, 30 days water to drink water or something like that. It was 30-30, and I mastered that. So then I was already in the mode, so I just kept going. So I got to get back to Planet Fitness and do what I do so I can do better. Um, so yeah, that's my plan. Um, y'all come on in here. Thank y'all for being here. You guys hit the like button for me. It's a free way to support the channel, and it keeps me in the this channel in the algorithm, and we are almost at 10K. So we're keeping the momentum going, and I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to know I'm very, very thankful for each and every one of y'all that come in here faithfully and those that stop by. It just helps me to help my channel to be better. So I'm thankful for y'all today and every day. Harlem says, see if they have the ARC Star Trainer. I saw this girl, she used and lost 100 using that machine. I'll have to look and see what they have in there again. Because when I went, I was doing like, I would do cardio and then I would do weights. I would do cardio, then I would do weights. And on my cardio would just meant like I would walk the treadmill, walk, run the treadmill. I would do the cycle. I would do a couple of other things. And so, hey, Jerry, are you about to join too? Okay, let's just do this challenge together. And so we gotta so before I was doing it, I would just like post every time I walked in there or while I was on the treadmill or whatever. I did that 30-30 challenge and it worked. Like I'm telling you, it worked amongst other things. So Yeah, I'm going back. I try to get my fellow people to go with me. They told me straight out, nope, ain't doing it. So gotta go on my own. Anyway, hit the like button, you guys, for me. Come on, we're gonna talk about Ray J and Princess. I know y'all might think I'm crazy, but we're gonna talk about it and I'm gonna tell you what I feel about it. Then y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it. It's Thanksgiving, Ray J. It's Thanksgiving, Princess. And I would just hope, but I think all hope is out the window now. So I really think that this was the last straw. But we're gonna talk about it because I have something to say about it. Y'all know, for the people that come in here, y'all know Ray J's my homeboy. But I've always said I like Princess too. I like Princess too, and I like them together, but it doesn't work for them. So if you guys put a heart for Thanksgiving in here, if you guys are here, hit the heart button or the like or something just to let us know. Put the hearts in the chat. Let us know that you're thankful for today, family. Whatever you guys did today, we're here. And thank God we are here still. Um, so let's just jump right into this story. Let's start talking about it. Share this out. Let me share out. I haven't shared. I'm gonna share this out. I'm gonna email you, Harlem, because I'm having a hard time finding something, so I need to talk to you. Okay, so here we are. Thanksgiving Day. Hold on. Hold on. I tried to go from my laptop so I can share my screen, but I'm just gonna do it this way. This will work. Our first topic of today is Ray J and Princess. Y'all gotta know that because y'all gotta know how I feel about Ray J. Okay, here we go. So, all right, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. I hit the link. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, let's just talk about it. Um, who's on here? Did I miss anybody? I've been hearing about Ray J all morning, and your boy is in trouble. But no, 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 no. Let's not jump to that really fast. Let's not jump to him being in trouble really fast. Let's slow our roll on that, on my friend. Like that's my homeboy. Let's slow down a little bit. So let's back up. Ray J. So now we know because Princess, I'm taking these out. And she let us know what why she was even at Ray J's house. So Ray J had been on the road for months, had for about a month, hadn't talked to his kids or anything like that. And he came back and said he wanted to spend time with his kids. So she thought, well, they could co-parent, they could be friends and be cordial, and she would go to his house and they would cook at his house, and she was, excuse me, there with her kids. That's still not it. She was okay. Here we go. She was there with her kids,
And so she felt like she's been like they were safe because she was there. She said her and her cousin's husband, their kids, and Ray J, Princess, and their kids would be there, right? I don't know what happened, but the kids were upstairs asleep in his room, and for whatever reasons, I don't know what happened. They said she's saying that he had guns, was pointing guns, so she decided that she was just gonna get the kids and leave. Um, so mind you, they're in Ray J's home, okay, and Ray J's just like they sleep, they upstairs. Why wake them up? Bring them down here where we're having this argument that should have never happened. Let them sleep. Let's just resolve this or whatever. But don't bother my kids. Let my kids sleep. Just leave them alone. They're fine. Princess, of course, was drinking with her cousin. Ray J was saying they drunk, and Princess was like, it wasn't about them being drunk, and that she never said she wasn't drunk, but she said she wasn't driving. So hello everyone. May God bless you. And your family's happy. Happy Thanksgiving, Murray Girl. Murray Girl T. Right? But anyway, God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving. So anyway, they so they got into this fight. And they go upstairs because Princess is saying she's going to get her kids and she's leaving. So she gets the daughter, and when she gets the daughter, so before that, Ray J upstairs in his room, he's going live, and he was like, "They not taking my kids. Like I'm not playing about my kids. You know, ain't nobody taking my kids from me." Um, and so he's on live. He goes on live for everything. Bless his heart. And so she comes and she gets the girl, and then I guess what happened, because it went, you hear him coming up, them come up, you see the cousin come in the room, the girl cousin, and her husband came in, and that's when he's like, no, you're not taking my kids, and they kind of dropped the phone, they start tussling or whatever. And but right when Princess had the daughter in her arms, she was just like, you she was saying that, you pointed a gun at us, you pointed a gun at us. Been on here. Oh, well, welcome back. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming back. Um, yes, and so he did. He had the pow pow on the desk, on his desk, and then he grabbed it and put it in his pocket. He was like over his dead body, like, ain't nobody. You guys come on, hit the likes, please hit the likes for me as you come in. Um, but so they show the pow pow, whatever, put in there. So they started wrestling, and so here's my thing. She had her daughter in her arms, but she want to stand there with her daughter still asleep and argue back and forth with Ray J. She wants to continue. We all see how Ray J is online and how he's crashing out and he's just running amok, right? He is not Ray J. He's not, and he's just not only on liquor. I believe my friend he don't know he's my friend, but he's my friend. I cut for Ray J, but I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. But anyway, to me, she should have just let him say what he's saying and keep walking out the door. He never put his hands on Princess that we saw. And she should have just kept walking towards the car, going out, let him say what he's gonna say. Because he kept saying, take her, you taking my kids, or you take my kids. So he had the phone in his hand. She had her daughter just go. But the problem came in when the man came in his room to take the boy, and he was like, you're not taking my son. First of all, they're in Ray J's house. Second of all, Princess knows how he has been acting. She said that she didn't want to be with him. They're living separately. She just got a new house, as a matter of fact. So cook at your house. And then if you want him to see his kids, get a mediator. Like get you guys' moms meet or somebody meet, exchange the kids, give them to Ray. When Ray's time is up, give them back to these people that meet and take them back to Princess. Because at the end of the day, Princess, you can't be, or you said you've been protecting your peace, and you gotta know that Ray J was not he's not Ray J. He's not the Ray J. He's not in his right mind right now. He's allegedly, it doesn't feel like it, how we see him on the internet, right? So everybody want to bash Ray J. Ray J was in his own house. Ray J's in his house. And so the thing that you do if you're a visitor in his home and there's an issue, you leave. You leave. Okay, Princess, you have your daughter. If you felt like the kids were unsafe and you couldn't get to your son, go outside, sit outside and call the police and tell them all you want is your son out of there. So to eliminate any issues, especially if he had a gun. Oh, I'm in a pow pow, right? Just eliminate that so the cousin and him is not tussling, because it very well could have been a horrible outcome with that pow pow if there was anything ammunition in there to accidentally go off or anything. So what I'm saying is I'm not totally protecting Ray in the fact that he had the pow pows and the kids were there, okay? But I am protecting him in the fact that he's in his own home and he wants you to leave and get out of his house. You're supposed to leave and get out of his house because you don't live there. So yeah, I'm defending Ray J in that aspect. He's at his home. So how come it's right for y'all to just attack him in his home and just bogart and just take the kids? You allowed the kid to be there, and if it was an issue, all I'm saying, yes, if you felt it was an issue and unsafe, go out to the car, but you're drunk and you can't. And he kept saying, ain't y'all not taking my kid because all y'all drunk. Everybody's drunk. Who's gonna drive the kids? Y'all gonna take the kids. So by right, if y'all all getting in this car and everybody drunk with the kids, that's unsafe. If you leave them with Ray with guns laying, pow pows laying everywhere, and y'all think he's out of control, that's not safe, right? So go outside and call the law. But what happened is they call the law, and who goes to jail but Ray? Why did Ray go to jail out of his own home? Y'all need to tell me. Like, maybe I'm just oblivious, but I need y'all to tell me why Ray went to jail in his own home. Unless he went downstairs when the police came and was showing out, like over the top. So, anyway, Princess comes out, and here's what Princess had to say. And I know that you probably already seen this, but I was with my family. I couldn't just leave my family time. And so we're going to just do this. And so Ray J gets out. He makes bond. And his manager gets him, and they try to talk to him and said, no, we're not talking right now. But then Ray gets home to his house, and then he does a video after Princess comes out and makes this video.
To do is let you deflect. Last time I left them with you, they found you naked in a bed with a woman. I just want to say, I've been doing a really great job at protecting my peace and staying off of social media and just going to work, taking care of my kids, minding my business. I love my kids, and I would never do anything to put them in danger, including leaving them with a man who's waving a gun around. I would never do anything to put my kids' lives in danger.
So shout out to Hollywood, Nick.
Look at this.
Shout out to Jason Lee and him over there. I used a little bit of that. But listen, you're right. Murray, girl, you're so right. He does not have the right just to pull out a pow pow on somebody in his own home. What I'm saying is that when it got heated, and we know, and she even said he's been running them up, right? When it got heated downstairs, she knows how Ray is. Go outside, sit in the vehicle that you came in, call the police. Let the police come so it doesn't escalate to that. Don't go up in his room where his private space is and bringing people all up there and causing a bigger scene. The kids are asleep. Wait for the police to get there and do it the right way, is all I'm saying. Nobody has the right just because they want to pull a pow pow and start pointing at people. What I'm saying is do it the right way. And in that moment on drinks and alcohol and drunk and whatever else that could have been going on, I'm not saying with Princess, but she had been drinking, and her cousin and her husband, they had been drinking, and Ray J said they was drunk. She's saying Ray J is on more than just alcohol. which is believable. I don't know. It's just alleged. I don't know. I wasn't there. I ain't seen them do nothing. I ain't seen them. But what I am saying, that's all I'm saying, is that yeah, he was arrested. So I think that both of them are wrong. I think that Princess could have handled. I know I'm a mother, and I would be trying to get my kids too. But I feel like knowing what Ray has been in that headspace that Ray has been in the last however long, you still keep going over there and you still keep trying for the kids. But I thought you were getting divorced and moving on. Like, right? If that's in fact the truth, then get the divorce and move on. I don't care what he on. That isn't a way to treat the mother of your kids. It's not. And you're right. He's not. That's not. But if he's in fact doing that, go outside and call the law and get the law in there, and then stay away from him because you went to his house knowing how he is. Stay away from him. If those kids need to see their dad and that's what you choose, you want them to see their dad safely, get some supervised visitations with him where you don't have to be in the crossfire, because it's always a problem with Princess and Ray. They can't be together. They can't exist in the same space together. And so all I'm saying is just in order to keep it from escalating to that, call the police. Go outside, call the police. Am I wrong for that? Not good. Social services can take kids if they're using substances. Absolutely. Hey, Haywood Pittman, welcome. What he is doing with the pow pow. If you have mental health issues, I think they should be taken. Well, of course you're right. Again, you're right. But he's a grown man in his own house, and who's gonna go in there in his house and take him from him? Right? Yes, he's dangerous to. I feel like, allegedly, my opinion, he's dangerous to himself and others right now. I do feel like that. That's why I say call the law. If you have pow pows laying all around because you're getting into it with everybody, not just Princess, right? Somebody need to be worried about him. I've said that. Be worried about him and his actions, because for himself and others. But Princess, and I also feel like Princess took her cousin them over there just in case something did happen, like somebody would be there. I get that. I do. I'm not saying he wasn't wrong in the way that he handled things, but I'm saying if you know that's how he's acting and you've been protecting your peace, then you continue to protect your peace, because he hasn't changed in the last month, in the last few days. He been on the road running amok. He has not changed. So don't go, right? You listen, I know you love your kids. It's Thanksgiving. How about we figure out how you can see them today? But I'm not coming over preparing meals and all that stuff like married people, because I've moved on. And that's what I thought, that she moved on. She said she does not want to be with him or around him. And he distracts her peace. He disrupts her peace. She said, Murray girl T says that's where laws need to be changed. If you have mental health issues, you can buy a gun and register. And that's true, because if you think about it, just like all the pow pow shootings, the school shooting, all those things that happen, we find that these people had mental health issues. Now, Ray's going through a lot with other people, into it with people that he feels like he has to have those for protection, because he gets into it with so many people, right? And you're right, it's reckless. It's very reckless. I'm not gonna lie, it's reckless. Ray, my opinion, allegedly, is reckless and is capable of hurting himself and other people, allegedly, just from what we see. So I think this is all I'm saying is Princess needs to make the decision, and I feel like she did today because she said it's enough. Today it's enough, but she needs to make the decision she needs to come to the conclusion that it's not going to work as long as Ray is doing whatever Ray is doing. It's not going to work, and if you're protecting your peace, continue to go ahead and move around and protect your peace, and stay away. Stay away. He's just on live talking about how much to his girlfriend, alleged girlfriend, that he's in love with Princess. He'll never be in love with this girl, that he wanted to be back with his wife. Like, he respects this girl, whatever, but I love Princess and I want to be with her. Well, if you love Princess and you want to be with her today, if you had any chance, it's over. It's over. So I don't know yet what the formal charges are on him, but I was thinking that he wasn't gonna get a bond possibly because of it, but he did get a bond and he is out of jail. His manager went and got him. So that's that on that. Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. I do appreciate y'all. I'm so thankful for y'all. Also, if you would hit the like button, I would appreciate that as well. The likes are not matching, y'all. Come on, hit the like button. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what the chat is saying. I understand, Princess. Their kids are still young and it's a holiday. Let's just try to coexist. I get that. And now today just was a confirmation that they can't coexist together in the same place at all. They can't do it. And it ain't because of Princess. We clearly know why. So we'll continue to follow and see what's going to happen with Ray J. He went over to the Bells bondsman when he got out, went and paid them whatever. And it said, it is Thanksgiving Day. And this is how it ends up for them. They didn't even get to cook the food. For me, I don't know, I might be different, but for me, I don't need to coexist with somebody that's on doing whatever, all that stuff he's doing. Just, I'll bring you a plate. I'll send you some pictures of them, or I'll figure out a way that we can allow you to see the kids without me being there. Because I really don't even know what they were arguing about, but whatever it was, Ray just was like, it was stupid, whatever it was. But they didn't need to go upstairs and wake the kids up and bring them all in the middle of it, which I agree. If y'all gonna argue, but if you're down, like, I don't know. She's like, because we never saw him actually point the pow pow at anyone. So I'm wondering, did that happen? Like, did that happen prior to them going upstairs? Like, and he was pointing the pow pows, or does he just have pow pows laying around? Oh, they're gonna need it, right? Yeah, and this is the messed up part about it. Like, you say, because he was like, I love my kids, and I believe him. I know he loves his kids. But you gotta love your kids enough to not let them see you in that state and acting the way that you acting in front of them all the time. They're always in the middle of it, and they're always crying. They always end up crying because he's flipping out. They're yelling at each other, whatever, over the kids. It's always over the kids. Just sad. It's just sad. And it's sad even more so to say, sorry, but our culture creates the problems and issues our children and even ourselves grow with. It's true. It's true. There's other outlets. There's other ways of doing things and handling things, and a lot we bring on ourselves that could be avoided, right? That don't even have to happen. It could just be avoided, and it's just messed up. So, like I said, as y'all know, if you come here frequently, I am a Ray J fan, even with him crashing out. Just because, not because his music or nothing like that, but just because I like him, I feel sorry for him. But I like Princess too. I think she's a beautiful person. I think that she's a great mother. I think that she is trying to just say, okay, let me see if this works, so he can see his kids. He ain't seen or called or talked to him in a month. Let's see if it works. But that's the risk she took, going to his house, knowing, right, if your own family, mom and daddy and sister kind of backed off. But I guess it's different when it's a husband and wife and kid, but they're divorced, right? The divorce is final, right? Anyway, that's what I wanted to come on and say about Ray J. I want to talk about a few other things as well. I want to talk about, I'm not sure how many of us are following it, but Celeste and David investigation and what's going on now. Where we're hearing is that what is being reported is that a grand jury is now going to hear the evidence or whatever to finally see if there's going to be a if there's going to be a charge brought on anyone or arrest for anyone, including allegedly possibly David. What I'm kind of torn on this situation is that we're getting information that the coroner or the medical, the LAPD and the medical, what do you call them? The coroner, whatever, the people that does the autopsies, they are they seem to be button heads right back and forth, and for some reason um we're getting information that her body was actually frozen somewhere, and then when by the time her body got to the coroner's um office, that she was thawing out, half thawed out, and that's why they were ha- excuse me, that's why they were having issues with um, determining a cause of unaliving. Medical examiner, gosh dang it, how come I couldn't remember that? The medical examiner. Yes, and they would have a really hard time to determine the cause of her demise. And the LAPD was like, that's not true. The body was never frozen or whatever. So I do get a lot of information from TMZ, just listening. We all do, right? We all listen to TMZ, most of us. And a lot of times TMZ is correct on what they're saying. So they're the ones that actually said it as well. And they also came back and said, yeah, so listen, we understand that the medical examiner and LAPD, that they're having, like, they're kind of button heads, but our sources are very reliable. And this source is very close to the medical examiner. And what we're being told is that the body was unthawing, that it had been frozen. So that's what we're going to stand on. So they didn't retract their information that they brought out. So basically, at the end of the day, what we're hearing is that a grand jury is being brought in to hear the evidence and to see if there's going to be any indictments, any arrest in this case. I feel like, just me, I feel like there's plenty of information, right, that has been brought about. As there's been some like crazy, um, should I say? David has moved kind of crazy in this time, selling off his property, going to a location, a disclosed location in Santa Barbara, and staying there for an amount of time, and then coming back. And then, like, my question is, where in the world did someone go put a body in a freezer? And then how are you walking around consciously, walking around and just like knowing you have a body in the freezer that was unalived and 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 pieces cut, limbs cut off, all like, who did that, in whose mind, what kind of person could do that and still walk around here and be okay, like, and then go back to the body and take it out the freezer and stick it in a Tesla, then drive the Tesla and park it and abandon the Tesla. Like, all that stuff is just crazy how it's happening. It's just really weird how it's happening. But we're starting to feel like they're making progress in making some arrest. In this case, where we thought possibly could be a cold case, because we were hearing that they're saying that they may not have anything on David. But we gotta know that, just like in uh, um, the other cases, that Kata Scott case, that it had to be more than one person that did these things, whether it's before, during, or after. There were more than one people, so there were some more people involved in this dismemberment of her body. It had to be more people to carry this limp, unalived body and put it in a freezer, then take it back out, and then it's crazy. So, but we'll continue to follow the story to see, especially I'll be interested in knowing if a grand jury would agree to indict and actually issue arrest warrants for whoever. They said that the people that they have talked to, whether they was involved before, during, or after, they feel like they're on the right track. So, we'll see what happens. Bridget says there are some powerful rugs out there that make people do crazy stuff. Yes, including Ray, allegedly. But yes, even with this case, like was somebody rugged out of their mind and decided they was gonna just chop her up and put her in a freezer and then walk around? So here's my thing. I thought that, but when they said that he went to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night and stayed there a couple of hours, like, was he there did he have the body with him? Just my thoughts. This is not saying that he did, or even that he's innocent until proven guilty. He hasn't been arrested. But did he like go there? They know that he went there. So there's some Tesla footage, right? Did he go there to look for a place that he could dig and bury her? Did he go there alone without anybody to figure out, like, is this the spot I'm going to take it? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's just crazy how somebody could do another person like that. Like, I thought, even though he was way older than her and should not have been with her by no means, I thought he cared about her. So if he cared about her, how did this happen to her? What happened? Like, was it some real good rugs that somebody was on? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, that must have been a crazy message that was on there. So anyway, we're going to continue to follow the David and Celeste investigation all the way through, because we want to know. Like, we want to know. And just like Wright says when he comes on here, he was like, first person that get picked up and interrogated is the first person that's going to get the deal, because it's going to be the first person that gets to ratting and telling everything that happened. There's also some footage that they have, and the videos are not going to lie. So they got them. They're on point. They're putting the pieces to the puzzle together. And I believe, it's just me, I believe that they are going to make an arrest on this. And I also believe, allegedly, my thoughts, my opinion only, that David will be one of those arrests. That's what I think. And that's what I hope. That's what I hope for it to happen. So let's move on to other news. We get to my email. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, that case. It is. It's crazy. In that I can't imagine who could, like, why. First of all, what did a 15-year-old girl do so horribly bad? Oh, my hair is bothering me. So horribly bad that you had to torture her like that, right? Whoever did it, to dismember her poor little body. And then you go throw her in a bag and put her in a freezer like a piece of meat. Like, that's crazy to me. Let me see. What do I have? Oh, so did y'all hear about the executive at Campbell's Soup and his racist comments about Campbell's Soup? Anybody hear that? So Impress on Instagram, according to a lawsuit, Campbell's VP and CISO Martin Bally was recorded during a meeting where he allegedly called Campbell's Soup for poor people, and said he didn't want to eat chicken that came from a 3D printer. The complaint also says he referred to Indian employees as idiots. Okay, for real? He called them, he said, did you, Harlem? Harlem said she threw it all away. Listen, he said employees as idiots. He called Indians employees. He called Indians idiots who couldn't think for themselves, and admitted to using marijuana edibles before work every day. So the employee who recorded him was Robert Garza. Says he reported the recording to his supervisor in January of 2025. This is November, getting ready to be December Monday, in January 2025, and was fired 20 days later. So he went and told and turned in the video, but he got fired. His lawsuit accuses Campbell's of retaliation and maintaining a racially hostile work environment. Campbell's responded and said, if the recording is legitimate, the comments are unacceptable. If they're legitimate, but how is the recording not legitimate? I mean, like, what do you mean? If it's recorded, you can't lie. He said, they said it was unacceptable, and they do not reflect their values and their culture, of their company. They do not reflect. He said the comments are unacceptable and do not reflect the values and the culture of their company. Mr. Bali, who said it and who had been recorded, is temporarily on leave while they conduct an investigation. The company also said the ingredient claims are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. Please, I'm wondering if Marie Callender chicken pies are safe. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to Google and investigate Marie Callender and see what's going on. But I was just like, that was so sickening that somebody would even say something like that, right? It just made, and then the person that's trying to tell y'all what's going on, you fire him, but you only put him on a leave of absence. Marie Callender's are. All right, so let's move on, you guys, to this one, because I really, 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 really want to talk about this and see what you guys think about this situation. And I can tell y'all how I feel about it, but let's talk about it. So did you guys hear where the two teenagers went into a home and they were burglarizing a man in his home? He was a veteran, and that man unalived one of her sons, or both the brothers were unalived or something like that. And let's listen to it, and then we'll talk about it, because I feel like, listen, we'll talk about it. Let me just play it.
That among the dead were two brothers, ages 15 and 16.
15 and 16 doing drills?
That a total of 28 bullets had been recovered from the teens' bodies. Their parents were furious, calling the homeowners' actions beyond excessive. They insisted the shooting was brutal and demanded that prosecutors charge the veteran with murder and seek.
What? Brother, he tried.
He's screaming.
With guns. You thought he was just supposed.
The homeowner, however, maintains that he acted in self-defense and that his life was in immediate danger. Under Georgia's self-defense and stand your ground laws, authorities determined that his actions fell within the bounds of lawful self-defense. This veteran once fought to defend his country. Now alone in his own home, he fought to defend himself. Do you think this was justified self-defense, or did he?
All right. So did you guys hear that story? So two guys, teenagers, go bust up in this man's house, going to burglarize him. His mother, their mother, get on stand and said that this man should go to jail and get his due, get whatever should happen to him because he unalived her sons. Her sons went and with pow-pows to break into this man's house to burglarize him. Is caught on tape. Who's right? Who's wrong here? I feel like this man is in his home, in the privacy of his home, and they busted up in his house. He protected himself. Am I wrong for saying that? Like, are they wrong for the law, for standing with the law, saying that it was self-defense? You can't go burglarize people's homes. That's my son, your son, whose ever son. You cannot bust up in people's homes and burglarize them, and then they defend themselves and somebody come up unalive. They shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. And I feel for that mom. I do. That she lost her son like that. But I also feel for the old man. He was an old man too, an older man. And he said he was protecting himself. His life was in danger. They came in there with pow-pows. So I feel like it's justified. Bridget said them boys are wrong. Yeah, I feel like they were wrong. But mom is saying, like, this man was wrong for, she was like, I know that, oh, wait a minute.
His life. That was an abuse of force, Tammy. You must pay for this. A military veteran has been charged with murder after shooting and killing 3 teenagers who broke into his home.
She's saying it was a force of the use of the pow-pow, but like the kill was excessive, but the veteran probably had pissed. But no, he just, listen, they had pow-pows coming in his home. So it's either them or him. They entered the home. One of the teams did pow-pow back, and they found all 3 of them unalive. So all 3 of the young men were unalive. 2 of them were brothers. The bullets from the team's gun. Let me see. Yeah, he did. He defended himself, and by right, if somebody comes at your house, what you gonna do? You in the privacy of your own home, minding your business, and all of a sudden somebody busts through your home with 3 pow-pows. You got to try to defend yourself. What you gonna do? Just wait? Say please don't? I don't know. I just feel like that was self-defense, but mom is trying to fight it. I guess she's hurt. I feel for her, but they're on camera. They're on camera going in, busting in the house.
To death, according to police.
Yeah. So anyway, wanted to see what you guys thought about that. I believe it is self-defense. It's just my opinion. All right, let's go to the next story that I have. So, I think I talked about this, but I wasn't aware that there was a girlfriend in the home. So back to Todd and Candy Burris. Let me see what he's saying. Colleen Flowers 5180. No, that was an old man. He wasn't wrong, and he was an ex-military. He bust. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Colleen Flowers. Did I say that? Kellen Flowers. Colleen Flowers. I agree with you. And welcome. Thank you for being here. He had every right to protect himself from somebody harming him, breaking in his home and harming him. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Thank you on this Thanksgiving night. Again, I am thankful for all of y'all. I appreciate it. If you guys would hit the like on your way in or your way out, I would appreciate. Thank you for stopping by and spending just a little bit of time with us. I'm sorry. So now, Kandi and Todd. So as we know, Kandi and Todd is getting divorced. As we know, what I believe is Kandi was the breadwinner. We talked about that. We know there was a prenup. What was the cause of the divorce? Well, we know they also brought other people in their home, in their relationship. But alleged, and the word on the curb is that there was a live-in girlfriend in their home. Now, this is alleged. This is alleged. I'm not sure. I can't confirm that yet. I'm sure it's somewhere. More like a sister wife than a girlfriend. Okay, but anyway, it says Kandi and Todd's alleged live-in girlfriend amplifies rumors that she broke up their marriage, and is now Kandi's main chick. Not Todd's main chick, Kandi's main chick. So is this the whole reason of the divorce? Because all Kandi let us know was that Harm said there were lots of women. So, but is this just this one woman that was a live-in? Because what we know, all I know, all that the information that I got is that Kandi said she prayed about it and she felt like this was the right thing to do and they needed to move on. Never knew why they got divorced, but I just speculated that there were issues along the way for years, right? Even at the beginning when he decided he didn't want to sign the prenup, and then also the fact of you having an open relationship in your marriage and saying it's okay for other women to come into this marriage. That's always a problem. So I just thought that. Never knew there was a live-in woman. But according to this source right here, it said that she had this live-in chick with them that they were both doing, and they kicked him to the curb, and now they're together. Yeah, allegedly Kandi got feelings for a female and he got feelings for an influencer. So this must be the female that they're talking about then. So they're saying that she's indirectly, the girlfriend is indirectly, not just coming out saying it, but indirectly saying that she is the main chick for Kandi. So we'll see. I mean, it's gonna come out. Todd is going to let us know regardless. So we will find out. But it just gets juicier and juicier by the minute. Like I had no clue. I had no clue on that one. So yeah. But again, if you let different women in your relationship that you and your husband are being intimate with, sooner or later, it's gonna happen. All right, so let's move on. Who's the influencer, I wonder? Influencer. All right, so here's the next story that we're going to talk about, right? So there was a nail tech. I don't know if y'all heard this, right? But there was a nail tech who came out and was just saying why. So a mother brought her 9-year-old boy to the shop. Let us know, Harlem. Let us know the low. What is going on? What's the 411? So the shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for sharing this as well. But so Ariel is the nail tech, right? She is openly admitting or saying that she is a lesbian, but she's a nail tech. She's a grown woman, can be, that's no judgment here. She can be who she wants to be. No one's against that, right? Well, not me. I don't judge anybody. I have no room to judge people. So, but identifies as a lesbian. And what is happening is she went back and forth with a female client after declining her 9-year-old little boy, her 9-year-old son, from she denied him from getting a set of acrylic French tip nails. So the nail tech, Ariel, who is also a lesbian, said that she refuses to do this 9-year-old boy's French tip nails. She said that it will never be okay in her chair. Like, it will never be okay for her to do a 9-year-old boy, not because she has any biases or anything. She says what transpired, how she had to respectfully tell the mother why she wouldn't service her son, noting the implications it could have on the child, and as a nail tech. Captioning the post, the tech wrote, "Judge me, I don't care. I had to draw the line. 9 years old, a boy? Absolutely not. Find somebody else to do it." So she was like, the reason I'm not doing that is because children are mean, and he could go to school with those nails on his hands and they could judge him. A lot of stuff could happen. He's only 9, right? And then it could fall back on her for doing that. And so she just said from now on, she's not doing anybody under a certain age. And then they have to be accompanied by, and I think they were like 14, 15 or whatever, they have to be accompanied by an adult. So here's my thoughts on this. Again, I tell you, I don't judge. I don't have room to judge anybody. I don't really care what people do. That's their business. I just try to, my business is a lot. I got to handle my business, right? But my opinion is that I agree with the nail tech in not doing it for those reasons, right? She was like, also, he could go to school and he could jerk those off and then mess himself up. You know, a lot could she said a lot went on in her mind as to why she would not put those nails on a 9-year-old boy. And the mom of the 9-year-old boy kept going back and forth with her, and she's like, "Look, I'm not doing it. Get somebody else to do it. I'm not doing it." And so she was like, neither here nor there, but she just felt like, you know, it's not her, that she has the right to decline people or decline customers if she feels like she wants to, and for what, she doesn't have to have a reason to. But she did give her explanation as to why she did not want to do this 9-year-old boy. So is she right or is she wrong? What do y'all think? Like, let's talk about it in the chat. Should a 9-year-old boy, should the mom be taking her 9-year-old boy to get his nails done, acrylic nails done, French tips, at 9 years old? Or is the nail tech right in saying, listen, wait, maybe he feels like that now. Later on, he might not feel like that, but I just don't want to do it. What do you guys think about that? Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for getting the likes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So let me see. Harlem says, right, because why the mother want him to have in the first place at 9 years old? I don't even think at 9 years old, I have a daughter, and at 9 years old, she was not even getting her acrylic nails done. We would go get her nails painted, but not acrylics. At 9 years old, she wasn't. She just wasn't. And it's crazy to me that the mother would even want to do that. I mean, like, it has nothing to do with lesbian, gay, none of that. It's just the fact that he's a 9-year-old boy wanting to get acrylic nails. So she said no. Bridget said the nail tech is right and the mother is crazy. Pretty much. Pretty much. Like, what the world? What are we doing here? Gosh, come on. And all you can say to this nail tech, if you're that mother, gosh, it's here. All you can say to the nail tech is, thank you for your time. I understand. And go get somebody else to do it. If you're dead set on getting them done, get somebody else to do it. She ain't doing it. And you can't be mad at her for that. So yeah, that's that. I was just wondering, like, how everybody else feeling about that, She said that the nail tech said that she got a lot of flack for saying no to this mother. because it was the mother's choice. But at the end of the day, it's the nail tech's choice too to say, no, I'm not doing it. I don't have to do people's nails that I don't want to do it. And I'm not doing a 9-year-old's nails. That's it. Hands down. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the baddies, the Zeus Network, the baddies, right? So y'all listen. Another person, when we talk about, let me say, this is just my opinion. Allegedly, I feel like Tommy Lee from Baddies, Love and Hip Hop, reality TV, has mental health issues. I feel like she has mental health issues. So they were in Houston. The Baddies were in Houston. They were performing. And a Houston fan says that he ended up in the ER after a glass was allegedly thrown at him by Tommy Lee. He said it hit him in the face at a Baddies event. He now says he plans to file a lawsuit over the incident. Baddies, okay. So let me see if I can bring that up real quick. So Tommy Lee, they're in Houston. Tommy Lee and all the rest of the Baddies, and they have this event going on, and they're at an event. And they said there were other people up top throwing stuff down at Tommy Lee, and she thought it was the crowd, so she started throwing stuff at the crowd and hit this young man in his face. And now he wants a public apology because she came out and said that she apologized to Houston for the misunderstanding, but he was like, I need a personal apology, and he's going to sue her for it. His eye is pretty messed up too. So let me see if we can get this on.
A night out to see his favorite reality stars ended in a trip to the ER.
He claims a cast member from Love and Hip Hop.
Let's just turn it up.
Him in the face. He spoke exclusively with Cheryl Mercedes. Cell phone video from inside a local nightclub shows reality star Tommy Lee appearing to throw a glass from the stage. It hits 20-year-old Davian Chambers.
Security guards was pushing everybody back. So I thought somebody got pushed back and they headbutted me or something. The impact, it threw me off. And then I started to realize that I was actually hit with something.
Chambers says he went to see the show as a fan of Zeus Network's Baddies. Not Tommy Lee specifically, but he was excited to see the cast.
He was on stage performing, and I guess there were baddies upstairs in like the VIP section, and they were throwing things at Tommy. And Tommy reacted thinking it was the crowd, but she reacted and threw the shot glass at me.
What happened after that?
After my face was bleeding, everybody that was in the middle, they were just pointing at me trying to get attention, but there were no attention. Like, nobody gave attention to me, so I started crying. I started tapping baddies like Jayla. I was tapping all of them trying to get their attention to let them know that this just happened to me.
Photos taken shortly after show a gash on his face. When I talked to Chambers, he had a swollen eye and says he had to get stitches.
It was really, I don't know, it was traumatizing because my eye was like, it was puffy, and I never seen that before. And then not only that, it was done by a reality TV star, a famous person.
My bad. Tommy Lee posted an apology on Instagram stories, not to Chambers, but to Houston. What do you want from Tommy Lee?
Take accountability for everything that you did, and at least issue the apology to me and not Houston, Texas.
Chambers has filed a police report and says he plans to file a lawsuit against Tommy Lee and Zeus Network. I've been reaching out to both for comment since Sunday. I have not heard back. We know you'll stay on top of this.
Thank you, Cheryl. HOU 11 News 10.
So Tommy Lee went to Houston and showed her butt. She says she apologizes to Houston for it happening. She didn't realize it was somebody up top throwing glass. Do y'all think that he has the right to sue Tommy Lee for doing it? I think that at the end of the day, he was going to do it anyway. You could see her like throwing it at the crowd too. Let me see if we can get that back. No, it won't come back. So I feel like Tommy Lee has issues. I feel like she has anger issues. And so she felt like, somebody was throwing something at her, but she got it wrong and she hit the wrong person. So now he's going to sue her. She's going to be facing a lawsuit. If I was Tommy, I think I would just like get a hold of his lawyers, let her people get a hold of his people, and just take care of him, right? Give him an amount of money and just let it go away so she can move on. Tommy be having too many troubles, too many issues and be going to jail. Girl, just call the people and pay them and move on. So yeah, and he does. He has a right to sue her for assault. And they could call the glass a deadly weapon, right? So if I was her, just to alleviate all of that, call him up, cut him a check, and do a public apology. Like, that ain't hard. You apologize to Houston, just give him a public apology and pay him. What do y'all think? Like, and let her, and just move on with your life, and let him move on with his, with a little more change in his pocket. Now, if that's right or wrong, I don't know. But if I was in her position, that's what I would do. All right. So, y'all, my last little story I have until tomorrow. Let me get it up. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to set this phone down for just a second. I'll be right back. Harlem, I'm waiting to see what you think about that story. Like, should Bridget already told me what she thought. Like, he has the right to sue anybody else in the chat. What y'all thinking about that? Hold on just a second, y'all. Okay. All right, I'm back. You didn't get anything? What you mean you didn't get anything, Harlan? Did you hear the story? Could you hear it? Okay, my next story. Moving on. Let me see. Oh, I'll send you that later to tell you what I was talking about. I haven't sent it yet. Yeah. Oh, you think he? Okay, so you think he should sue? But do you think that Tommy should just avoid it and just try to negotiate a certain amount with him and just pay him off to avoid having to get lawyers, go to court, and all that stuff? Just cut him a check. She got it. All right, so this last story, y'all, that for the night, I'm gonna go after this, but I just had to talk about this. So this child, Tommy needs rehab. She need rehab. She allegedly, my opinion, she need rehab. She need individual counseling. She need anger management. She need domestic violence. It's a lot she needs. And I agree. And she's so pretty. I think she is so pretty. But the way she acts. All right, so this last story, y'all. Listen, this lady, she is a Muskegon mother who had been charged. She's been charged with manslaughter after police say she set on her adoptive daughter, until she was unconscious, resulting in the child's demise, her unaliving. Now, according to police, Sherry Leak is facing up to 15 years in prison after the incident involving her 11-year-old daughter, Malia Leak. Authorities claim Malia's 55-year-old adoptive mother admitted to sitting on the child for an extended period of time in an attempt to stop her from acting out. After realizing Malia was unconscious, Leak began performing CPR while calling 911 to report the incident. Medical examiners have not yet determined an official cause of unaliving, but believe it may be suffocation based on the mother's statements. Leak was arrested following Malia's unaliving and is currently being held on a $100,000 bond. Reports say Malia and her non-verbal twin sister had been living with Leak since 2018. Oh my gosh. So the daughter was acting out. I was telling my daughter she was always sitting on her son. That was just insane. Yeah, this is insane. Like, I don't think sitting on, okay. So I understand the field that I work in. I see a lot of children that have bad behavior issues. Not that I have to deal with them, but I see that. But I don't feel like, you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of George Floyd, where the police was on his neck and didn't let him up, right? That's what that reminded me of when I thought about it. But so this is a Caucasian mother with Black children, adopted children. And she was sitting on her until she became unconscious. Then you turn around and give her not CPR now and call 911 because you were sitting on her to try to keep her from acting out. Then the biological mother comes out and has something to say about it, and I get that. But how in the world did you lose your parental rights to even have your children in that situation in the first place? So for me, I'm looking at the biological mama I'm side-eyeing her for the simple fact you couldn't get yourself together to get your kids back. And now look where your child ended up because this idiot, I'm sorry, excuse me, my opinion, sat on this little 11-year-old until she couldn't breathe, till she became unconscious. And ultimately, she was unalived. It's sickening. It's horrible. I'm gonna see if we can get the video so y'all can see who she is. Here we go. Was killed Sunday by her adopted mother. Had turned 11 years old that day. Today, the woman accused in her death was arraigned on a charge of manslaughter. News 8's Ken Colker was in Muskegon County in the courtroom for today's hearing.
As the woman was in court today charged with sitting on her adopted 11-year-old daughter until the girl died, the girl's biological mother sat in the courtroom. The victim's biological mom was there with other family members, hoping to learn more about what happened to young Mila, a fifth grader at Shetler Elementary School. She sat on my daughter. Yes. On her 11th birthday over disagreement that she said they had, which is I don't understand because she's 11. What disagreement is you having it with my 11-year-old to the point where you need to sit on her? Ms. Leak, I'm going to have you stand before the court. 55-year-old Sherry Leak was arraigned today on a charge of manslaughter in Mila's death at the family's mobile home in Fruitport Township.
Well, the information we have is that because she was trying to get the child to calm down, that she chose to sit on the child for a period of time, and that during that time period that she was sitting on the child lost consciousness. She attempted CPR, and that's when she called 911. CPR.
The biological mom, Jessica Mosley, who asked that we not show her face, says she gave up Mila and Mila's twin sister for adoption when she was 17. Prosecutors say that was in 2017 or 2018.
Okay, so she was young but still. So there you have it. Like when I look at that woman, no, she just looked mean. She just looks mean. I don't know. But either way, I think it's crazy and insane that you would sit on her that long, 11 years old, and to take her life. And you get manslaughter for it. I don't think any child deserves discipline like that. That's just me. I know children can have behavior issues, but that little girl was way too small for her to be sitting on her, and for that period of time, long enough to make her unconscious. And I believe it's probably smothering. She couldn't breathe. She had to sit on that girl for a long time. For a long time, just sitting there. And I'm sure I can just imagine, like, is she yelling, saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe? Like you're just sitting on her for that long? It take you that long to try to calm her down? I think it's insane. And she needs to pay for it to the fullest extent. Kids can be a lot. They can. But if you can't handle them, get you some help in there for someone that can handle them, that can give you tools and mechanisms to see how you handle them to calm them down. Acting out how? For you to just sit your big butt down on her and smother her like that. But now, I'm saying I'm side-eyeing the mama, but she was young. She was 17. But even at 17, like you're 17, time to grow up, put your big girl panties on, you open legs, you made a baby, time to take upon your responsibilities. But I get it. She was trying to do the right thing by her kids and put them in a good situation. I get it. So it seems like maybe they had contact with this woman for her to be, to know her kids. So maybe she was allowing them to see him. I don't know. But it was a mess. It was a mess, right? Because if you work with a kid, I think they would change. I do too. Especially at 11, right? You can still work with them, and you can get them things that they need to cope with what upsets you. It ain't a beating. We don't beat them and sit on them. But there's discipline that you can use, and you can work with them, and you can combat that. You can overcome it if you have enough patience. And if you're adopting kids, then your responsibility is to care for that kid, not to sit on them and smother them. Even if you sat on her, did you have to sit on her that long to smother her? Like, I have an issue with that. I think that's crazy. It's crazy and out of control. You guys, please get the likes up. They're not matching. But thank you for everybody that has hit the like and that has stopped by. So you guys, listen, it's been a good night. It's been a good, beautiful, thankful, blessed day with my family, my little babies, my grandbabies, my baby great nieces and nephews, all of my mommy, my siblings, my husband. Like, it's been off the charts today, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm also thankful for you guys for taking the time to come out here and be on live with us tonight, and always come in and interact with us on the live. So I appreciate that. So I'm gonna go for now, y'all, and figure out the rest of this evening, and just rest. I do have a magazine release date for tomorrow, Black Friday. Our holiday edition is releasing, so you guys go over to Mad Cloud tomorrow and get that copy of that magazine. Other than that, you guys, I want you guys to be blessed. BFF, I love you dearly, dearly. Harlem, you know I got much love for you, and everybody in the chat, thank y'all so much. I do appreciate y'all. Have a good night, and come see us tomorrow night right here on live. Good night.